Hello and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Tonight we have another Zelda 2 Randomizer standard tournament match. It is now winner's bracket, round 2, and we have Ellendar versus RoseCitySaint. Tonight we're joined by Nightcrawler on commentary, and thank you very much for doing the commentary tonight, Nightcrawler. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm starting to recover from the beating I took from RCS last night, and now Ellendar gets to enjoy that. You can see his file name says "Oh no."
Okay.
But no, it's a randomizer. Anything can happen.
And I did release the Kraken, so they should be heading off shortly. And if you want me to, I can join you on commentary, or since you're the knowledge expert, I can leave you to not showing my dumb.
You can stick around if you want.
Okay, I'll stay around for a little bit then.
If you need to be somewhere, that's fine. I can come around, but
I know sometimes it's better.
Yeah. All right, so they're getting started here. RCS exploring south, Ellendar exploring north. So we already have a little bit of divergence already. One of those lone forest tiles is going to have Bagu. It's anyone's guess as to which one it is, but it's usually not worth checking them because Bagu is not often required. I know Bagu. I don't mean to brag, but I do know Bagu. And foolish. And so how's it going, everyone, tonight? And now we got Mew Mew fan in the audience. Okay. So, RoseCitySaint heading back north. What? Ellendar picking up the glove in the cave here. A Magic Container Cave. This is the one that's normally just south of North Palace, where you start in the base game. So it's the first cave that most people see. And we got the raft, just right there in the grass tile right by the cave. Okay, so it looks like it's another jet scene so far.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah, everything's easy. Everything's coming up Ellendar.
Yeah, isn't Ellendar kind of like a dark horse in this tournament?
Yeah, I would say so. At least in this race, because RCS is one of the best racers. Oh, we got a Saria sighting here, and there's also a hammer block cave nearby for RoseCitySaint. Without the hammer, you can't get in there, but it's nice to keep that in mind. Hopefully, that's one of the harder things to remember stuff early on in the game as you get later on. So hopefully he remembers where that is. Go east to find the red jar. Okay, that's one of the more worthless hints. The game will put at most one worthless hint into the game, at least what it considers worthless. And so that one's it. And RCS is picking up the spell item, which is the mirror here. There's no actual icon for it, but it's a real item. It's in your memory. Remember the magic word. Alright, so that actually might be useful. What does that say? 32 magic? That's castable. It's a pretty bad hit, yeah. Because first of all, it's for a location they're going to search anyway. It was like in the east and the west or something like that. And then it was an item that they don't want. But maybe he'll keep that in mind and he'll find every other item but the red jar and know not to search the last location. But the chances of that are pretty slim. RCS. Okay. That was a thing. Alright, Ellendar has Reflect. It looks like Ellendar has a huge lead over RoseCitySaint. I'm going to say this while I can. Who
did Ellendar take out in... Or defeat in Swiss that was kind of like a surprise. Do you remember?
I'm not sure. I actually
But I
don't think I've seen any of Ellendar's races.
Yeah, because I think he had at least a couple of surprise upsets.
Aunt Foolish is pointing out that Dodonga dislikes smoke is the worst hint, the best hint, but what if it said like Dodonga dislikes smokers or something like that? That would be just unfortunate. Like, instead of a microphone built into your NES, into your Famicom controller, it's just like a digital smeller or something. It can smell tobacco in your house. You have to actually smoke a cigarette to kill Dodongo. This game's great for kids. Yeah, like some kind of smoke detector. What if they invent that? That would be hilarious if you actually had to start a fire in your house.
Yeah, that would probably be more Monka S.
Oh no, Ellendar went off screen before getting the experience from the orange diorama. That's unfortunate.
Up an A?
Might have gotten a level up from that. Yeah, I guess at this point, yeah.
I learned a few things.
But yeah, if you go off screen before the number like pops like a balloon, then you don't get the experience. And here we go, RCS finally catching up, 5 minutes behind Ellendar, finally picking up his glove. I've got to say it like this. Alright. Oh! RCS is catching up fast, he's got the second item that Ellendar got. Man, at this rate, it's going to be ahead in no time. Nah. Alright, sorry for the sort of jokey jokes.
Well, this is ZSR. We have fun here. We're not all stodgy.
That's good.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, nothing too surprising. You got your swamps, you got your endless graveyards from all the randomizer players who've gone through this so far.
Oh, and
They should have...
I'm sorry, the Ellen Heffley's giving us the rundown on Ellendar.
Oh, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Defeated Scorpion Max and BGT. Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, losing to Unos is not... it's not a shame at all.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so RCS is checking these graves because... First of all, it's nice to know where that Pastor Cave is, for if you find the other end of it, or if you get a fairy, it might be required, or at least useful. But primarily because one of those graves has a hint, and the other one has like a pea bag or a free life or something. Alright, so they don't actually have any way to do palaces yet, but... So that's why you see RCS noping out of Palace 1. He doesn't even have a single key yet. We don't have any dropped keys in this, it looks like.
No. They usually get those from killing enemies.
Well, it depends on if it's randomized in, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the drop chart can be randomized. It'd be like if you're playing a 1 and like enemies didn't drop bombs anymore or something.
Okay.
They normally don't drop at all. Same with free lives. But it's just a randomizer thing. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, all these drops are getting in the way of Ellendar getting experience. It's kind of frustrating in his shoes.
So item-wise, it looks like RoseCitySaint's caught up.
Yeah, and spell-wise now, so...
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of which of these guys finds Fairy first. Or, you know, at this point, since they've explored so much, it's looking like Eastern Continent might be where they need to go before they make any more progress. Although, RCS is, Oh, what the heck? This is cool. Oh, wow, I like that. Come on, RCS. Smile in your cam for us. This is a cool little geological feature. Ah, too bad he's too focused. But yeah, this is awesome. I love. Oh, I thought it was gonna be a required Death Mountain pass through, but it's not required.
RoseCitySaint just found the cross, which is generally a
just-
pretty useless item from what I've heard.
Yeah, but at their low levels, if they go
Okay.
east, if they go east now, then it might get some use. Because they're not finding the items and the spells that they need to find other than glove. So they
And
might
raft.
actually end up... Yeah.
Okay. I forget the cross allows you to see invisible enemies. Is it in the graveyards or?
The invisible enemies can appear in all sorts of different encounters in the east. They replace flying enemies. So if the encounter has a flying enemy, then an invisible Moa can go over that. And I think the spiders count as flying enemies. And RCS heading through the pass-through. Meanwhile, Ellendar kind of going back over some stuff he's seen, trying to find some new ground. Yeah, RCS in Death Mountain, that's an unusual thing, but or at least it used to be. I think he told me recently that he is a little bit less afraid to go into Death Mountain. It looks like Ellendar found P-Bag Cave, which RCS hasn't seen yet, so that's another item that Ellendar got first. So he picked up his 5th magic container, which can be very useful while their magic levels are low, because you can get spells and not be able to cast them if you only have 4 jars. It's no minor puns stream. Yes. I will not make a minor amount of puns.
How important is it for them to find the candle? They seem to be doing fine.
It's not.
Okay, it's not. Okay, so it's just more like a luxury.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice in like the lava encounters. Go west to find the cross. Okay, so there's the hint for the thing. And oh, cool. We had some high-fiving between RCS and Ellendar right there. We found E2. Yeah, the candle for most players, especially players in the winners brackets at this point, is going to be pretty useless. I don't imagine that there are many players in the brackets that have a hard time without candle. There are some enemies that are difficult to see without the candle, like the Geldarms, which are the worms sticking out of the ground. They are kind of difficult to see. And of course, Moas and any other flying enemies can be a little bit tough. But yeah, it's not such a big deal. All right, Ellendar also first to go to the east. Awesome.
Yeah, because what I've noticed is, unlike other Zelda games, when you're in a dark room, you can actually see what you're doing. You just can't see the enemies.
Right.
Not completely dark.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. In Zelda 1, you don't really get that, but kind of seeing in the dark in this game is sort of a skill-based thing. It's pretty cool. Boot block east? No, not quite. There is one tile that it looks like they can go through, but I really like that. I like it when it forces them into a small, pass, because that means that the rest of it usually opens up, huge, or it looks interesting. Let's see what fire does. Well, nope, we can't see. He has 80 magic, and it costs 84.
Oops.
Yeah.
Not quite.
Now, fire does get cheap eventually, but I think it starts getting cheaper at magic level 4 or 5. I mean, if that's fairy, then they could theoretically be... No, actually, fire doesn't count for the logic, so it's just a bonus. So the game still is going to be giving them some at least some other stuff before it requires them to go into palaces. Looks like we have another chibi Valley of Death up north, and Ellendar's not even bothering to check it. I mean, I don't blame him. He can't do it, even if he gets through there. P2 or P5 here? P5. Ellendar's side. Nice little blue palace. I like the palette there.
So what area do you think, or would they most like to find next, where they're either going to find items, progression items, or spells? Like Maze Island, perhaps?
Maze Island's a great place because it has two free items and a palace, but they don't have Fairy, so I know RCS is not going to want to do Maze... Well, he's going to do Maze Island as soon as he finds it, but he's going to prefer to get Fairy first, because with Fairy you can use Fairy Feet to get through all those forced encounters. And Boots are also very helpful.
And through locked doors?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you don't want to go all the way into Maze Island and be... You know, have it be some crazy Maze Island that it's hard to get through, and then you can't do the palace in there. So that would be a waste of time because they'd have to double dip. If they find the magic key in there, then that's no big deal, but chances are fairly low, actually, that will happen to be the item they find. Yeah, Lufia saying, going to Death Mountain early is Nightcrawler strats. Yeah, I like Death Mountain. It's fun. It's just a name, guys. Don't be afraid of it just because it has the word death in it. I like this super wide road. Hyrule Kingdom is not sparing any expense on its building projects these days. Public Works is well funded in Hyrule. Oh no. Ellendar, why? Picking up Life 4. Get your magic up, man. Start casting fire. Oh well. Wow, this is linear. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Is that the river? Was that the River Devil?
Yes, and the River Devil's maybe doing his job. We'll have to see if there's a way past him, but it looks like he might be doing his job. Might have to take a picture of this one. Oh. Yeah, the Zora stood up, and you can't really tell in the dark. Well, you probably can if you're really sharp-eyed. Or there's a Moa in here somewhere. That could be. Alright, looks like RCS has found New Kasuto. It looks like it is hammer-blocked. He just stepped over it. Alright. Looks like Ellendar is having a little trouble with the Lizalfos. Hopefully he watches this stream, or I can tell him after the stream that there's a more effective way to fight these guys. Wow. RCS is almost out of lives here. Oh, wow. That hint that we had earlier, what was it? In the east lies a red jar. Ellendar just found the red jar. RCS discovered that fire is linked to jump, which is kind of okay. And Magic 3, he can cast it with 5 jars, so Magic 3 did bring down its cost, so that's pretty good. And this free life is a welcome sight to RCS, who is, I think, on his last life before that.
It looks like Ellendar just took a death. It still has 2 left, so good shape still.
Yeah. Oh, and there's an invisible Moa in here. Wait, no, there's not. He has a cross. No, RCS has a cross.
Yes.
My bad. Alright, what are we doing now? Like, oh my gosh. See now, this is why I love Zelda 2 Randomizer. It's because with the overworld randomized, it changes things so much from game to game. Like now, they have to completely change the way they're routing their game because Ellendar searched this whole place and didn't find anything that's going to help him, so he's going to start having to dig these passer caves, of which he's seen like 5. Oh, okay. Alright, so RCS found the magic key, and I think Ellendar... Yeah, this is where Ellendar is too, so take everything that I just said back. This magic key opens up everything to them. Or
yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, now that I have to worry about key drops.
Yeah. Well, because there are no key drops in this seed, it looks like, but... Yeah, if I were Ellendar, I'm I might even up an A from here and do the palaces on the other side, just because I think we found Palace 1 on the other side. It's an easy palace to do, and it kind of beats having to walk all the way back through this cave, especially when you might game over here. If he game overs, this is gonna be not great. He might be okay. Nope. Yeah, see, up and A and just doing the palaces in the west would have saved him, like, I don't know, a minute there. It's, you know, dynamic routing, let's call that. Am I likely to survive the next minute? Am I likely to survive to get to that palace? If not, maybe have another plan. And that plan is PP1, which Ellendar is now going to go into. Yeah, this is how you want to fight Lizalfos here. You kind of jump into them a little bit, and you duck while you're jumping, and then you stab while you're ducking and jumping. If you just do standing stabs like you do with an iron knuckle, it's only gonna hit like half the time. Ellendar momentarily forgetting he has the key.
Yeah, picking it up. Well, it was kind of in his way anyways.
Well, it was at first, and then he missed it, and he went for it again.
Mm-hmm.
I've done the same. Just, you know, sometimes I do it just because it's entertaining to get that key number up really high. Because when you have brain work, when you have the magic key, it doesn't give you like A keys like it does in Zelda or something. It actually just stops taking keys away from you. So if you keep collecting keys, it goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then it goes like A, B, C, D, E, F, and then it keeps on going even out of hex. It like goes G, H, I. So it's kind of fun to collect them, but maybe pointless.
So is Ellendar going to actually be able to finish this palace, or is he just going to look for the
yeah.
item?
Oh yeah, he just found the item. It was the medicine.
Okay.
Let's put that on his tracker. Oh, there we go. Cool. Yeah, so with that, he can turn in his stuff in Mito, which is great for him because he might not know it yet. Hopefully, he tests it out. But he does have the jump spell by way of the fire spell, so he can turn in the medicine and get downstab at the same time. Hopefully, he tests out fire. It's not like he has anything else to cast. Well, maybe life, I guess. RCS fighting, I think that was a red Lizalfos, just judging from the HP and the fact that it wasn't visible and it wasn't throwing things. Yeah, 50 HP. Sorry, 50 experience for all that HP, it's not worth it. I guess he's still at attack 3, so maybe not fair to say. 50 XP is just not a lot, though.
Looks like, did Ellendar just do up an A?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep, and then just start over. Just he must have been running low on lives.
Or if you're just at the end of a dead end. Like
oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it can be faster to just go back to the beginning. Ah, he's testing out his. Yeah, he just tested out his fire. Good stuff. As long as he survives, there we go. Well, now he knows he can get his down stab. So, nice time pickup for Ellendar relative to RCS, because RCS, if he had done Palace 1 first, he wouldn't have to double dip. But Ellendar is not going to have to do that. So, cool. And he might even go to the next screen and get the hint. He's either going to do that or he's just going to up an A straight out of this room.
Oh, and he found the boss.
Yeah.
Is that Horsehead?
What gave it away?
I have no clue. I thought it looked like a dog.
I should like just change the heads on that to various other things. That'd be funny.
Oh, it should be randomized.
Dog.
So they so that like they go into the palace and they think it's this palace and they're like,
just make
am I right?
Yeah, make it dog head, snake head, wolf head.
Or one of the enemies, so they get totally like messed up.
Oh yeah, a boss randomizer would be interesting. I don't know if people would play with that too often because it kind of adds some, I don't know, some unpredictability that it might not be liked enough to be standard, but but I think people would play with it from time to time. And that's a common requested feature too. So like put Karok in P1 and stuff. Actually, I'm starting to like it more now that I think about it more.
Oh, what, the boss shuffle?
Yeah. It would just be a real bummer if you got to Karok. I mean, that's a 1 in 6 chance, so whatever.
Would some bosses not be able to be shuffled? Like the boss in
yeah, that's a good point.
In Palace 6, yeah, because doesn't he need his little fire pits?
Yeah. So there's that, and also the graphics are a little bit precise with the bosses and stuff in the ROM, the way the graphics are arranged. Oh, nice. Ellendar picking up Fairy. That's cool. What I mean by that is, like Boss Goomba, he's such a big sprite that he takes up more room in the sprite table than most other bosses. So they take away like the bats, they take away a couple other things. So if you were to try to put him in a palace where some of the things that he is replacing exist in, then it would be kind of like graphical glitches. When you see the bats, which I know they're not in palaces, but if you saw the bats, it would just like look like Boss Gooma's hips, like fluttering in the wind or something. It would. So yeah, might not work out for everything.
Would also cause lag in the game.
Nah, I think it'd be okay.
Because I know sometimes in some Zelda games where you have like Randomizer mode, when you have extra enemies, it just really lags the game.
Ellendar picking up in P4. He's picking up the magic jar, which is going to give him a little, or magic container, which is going to boost up his magic meter. Yeah, but you know, the way the bosses are presented in Zelda 2, they're in their own rooms, so they're not going to be any. It's going to be a pretty identical experience from one boss room to the other. Even with Barba, which, like you said, you couldn't really shuffle. Actually, I wouldn't be afraid of Barba being shuffled into another palace, because, I mean, if Barba wants to come up through the concrete or whatever, like Barba can do that, whatever. But I'd be afraid of what would happen if Boss Gooma fell into a lava pit, because I don't think he would die. I think he would just be off the screen.
And stuck.
Yeah.
And unkillable.
Yeah, I'd probably be at the top of the screen walking around. Loop around.
Stuck in the ceiling.
Yeah. Ceiling Goomas.
Okay, it looks like RoseCitySaint found Horsehead as well. Should be
There we
getting
go.
his first gem.
Totally.
And a key, which he does not need.
Only picking up 538 experience from this, but that's not too bad. I mean, I guess for RCS's level up strategies, that's decent. Oh, is he gonna? He's not gonna take it. He's gonna go for the magic. That's smart, actually. Another thing that... Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Ellendar is getting low on lives. Oh, looks like he's going to use fairy now.
Yeah,
A little
so...
bit of safety.
Actually, he's doing that to go up on this ledge here.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a fairy block in P4, potentially. Okay. And it's one that I almost never think about, but it's true, that can be a fairy block. It's super unlikely, though, for a couple of reasons. First of all, you have to enter the room from right to left for it to be a fairy block, and second of all, the boss is usually at the bottom of the pit, or it's just the way that the logic builds the rooms out. It tends to put Karak at the bottom of the pit, so it would be pretty unlikely for that to be fairy block, but it's just something I never consider usually. So it's good that he has fairy. Okay. I'm a little confused that he used fairy to get up there and then didn't even check it out really.
Okay, it looks like RoseCitySaint just picked up fairy as well.
Right. Oh, and let's give who has the candle again? Was it Ellendar? RCS? Nobody has a candle, huh? No.
Nope.
Okay.
Yep, the game is just a little generous and it doesn't make the room completely black when you're going through it.
Yeah. I want dark palaces.
Yeah, totally black. You have no idea if you're falling into a pit or lava, or if you're going to get wrecked by enemies, or if you're going up or down an elevator.
Well,
just go for it.
You would see the elevator, because the elevator is orange.
But what if it's completely black? You shouldn't be able to see anything.
You could make the brightest color in the bricks like the darkest color.
Okay.
So you'd still be able to see if there's pits, and then everything else would be black. It would work, right?
Mm-hmm. You just have everything black.
Sounds good to me.
It's like the song goes, paint it black.
But, wait, actually, even in the dark caves, it's not all black. There's like a couple shades of blue.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, it would be awesome. I would love it.
Okay. Enter at your own risk. Oh, and looks like, okay. Ellendar just found the boss in P4.
Yeah, he might die to this, though, unless he casts...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Yeah, you can get,
oh, but at least he...
by Karak.
At least he doesn't...
And since he only had... Yeah.
One life. Yeah, at least he didn't have to go, like in some dungeons, some Zelda games, all the way to the beginning. That was nice.
Yeah, fortunately you do get a couple lives here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, since Karak teleports around, like, it's a random chance he could just teleport on top of you no matter where you go and kill you no matter what you do, but...
Okay.
I mean, Ellendar, that's pretty unlikely.
So Ellendar picks up his second gem.
Right.
And it looks like, nope.
Not a lot of experience from this gem, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's still
These
a palace.
Guys are they're at 444, both of them. And that puts them below what is considered kind of GP ready for most players, which is 555. So even if they only picked up like the first... Even if they picked up the cheapest option from each palace, they didn't do any strategizing, and somehow didn't get any of the levels, they'd probably still make 555. Alright, Ellendar is heading west again, or east.
And what would you consider the minimum to get through the game fairly safely?
Well, safely, I would say 555.
Okay, minimum. Okay.
Yeah, but there's no minimum really. You could beat the game at 111.
It just wouldn't be very pleasant, would it?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
This is a pleasant Valley of Death, though. Looks pretty short. A little stubby bod.
And RoseCitySaint taken out. Palace 4 as well.
Excellent. And picking up a pittance in experience, but, you know, same as I said before. Alms for the poor. experience. I actually learned what that was all about the other day. Apparently, in alms is apparently in like feasts for like rich people, like the aristocracy. They didn't use plates. They used these bread kind of dishes, and they would put all their meat and all their veggies and all that stuff on top of these bread dishes, and they wouldn't eat them. So once they'd absorbed all the juices and stuff, those little bread dishes would then be handed out to the poor, and they would be called alms. It was a sort of charity thing. Just bread with various juices left over. Nothing to do with Zelda 2, but it's fantasy related, sort of.
Oh, wait, no. Is that wrong? Okay.
2 Rebos in a row for Ellendar. This item could be required, so hey. Yeah. I mean, we haven't seen Thunder yet, and we know that Nukusudo is hammer blocked, so if it's hammer, or if it's boots and the boots lead to hammer, then it could be good. It's hammer.
It's hammer
Good
time.
stuff. Yeah. And I kind of missed it, but either those Rebos are only worth 200, or he leveled up. I guess they could be worth 150, and I didn't notice.
Oh, who leveled up?
Oh no, he didn't level up. Okay, so those, I had a little bit of synchronizing, just a little bit, and so I didn't see, because he did 2 Rebels in a row, and usually that's a pretty good experience. But I guess there are only 200 experience in this seed. Let's see in a sec. A 150, okay, yeah, not great. Streams aren't loading for you, Dampé? Oh, alright, Ellendar, that's pretty smart. This looks like a room you don't want to deal with too much. Cast your fire spell to get your jump, and just skip it. Oh, RCS kind of messing up the cornering. Tried a little too much cornering. There we go. And fortunately, RCS is picking up this item too, because if only Ellendar had this, that would be a big advantage for Ellendar, I should think. Ellendar is a little bit further in this palace. You know, all things considered, you know, earlier on it might have been a little bit early to say something like this. Do they have life? I guess they don't have life. Oh, it was going to be a little bit early to say something like this, but Ellendar is actually ahead by like a minute.
Oh, wow.
Just straight up. Just straight up. Yeah. Because, you know, early on it's like, oh, you know, this guy's ahead on gems, and this guy's ahead on exploration or whatever. I think Ellendar is just ahead. And he is going to take this drop. He's not going to try to do the Canadian drop. It's probably a smart move. It could bite him in the butt, but it's probably smart. That is one of the harder jumps in the game to make without the jump spell, although he has a jump spell. Not super... Oh! Is this looping into itself? No. Okay, the last room like this did not have a Moa, or this Stalfos. Ellendar is kind of on life support, though. I think this is his last life. He's going to want to pick up a level somewhere. Oh no, it's a dead end. Oh.
Up an A.
Yeah.
Looks like he's noping out, too.
Why? Oh no. Ellendar, no. Don't do this.
Yep.
He is completely capable of beating that palace. So now he's gonna have to come back here later and waste all the time involved in walking here and Oof. Okay, so Ellendar went from legit being ahead to, I'm pretty sure, legit being behind with this.
I think, is Ellendar a newer runner?
I don't remember when he started, but he doesn't race on many of the weeklies.
Mm-hmm.
RCS about to lose his life. Still has 2 lives, though. Alright, and Ellendar's going to give P5 a shot. That's, I think, generally considered the harder palace.
Yeah. Goomba or Gooma?
Yeah, Gooma. Boss Gooma.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the item is not nearly as easy to get because you have to walk in the opposite direction of the boss. Whereas in P6, you can walk in the direction that the boss. You can walk in the same direction, but I don't think these guys are going to be needing any more items. It's hard to say for sure, but it doesn't look like it.
So you don't think they'll need boots or flute? Oh, well, they'll still need...
They need flute. Okay, yeah. Yeah, considering they might need a spell item, like there's 2 more spell items in the mix, and the flute is necessary, and the boots could be necessary. I don't think they are. Oh wait, no, they definitely aren't. That's 2 items that they could possibly need. So yeah, maybe the item in P5 could be important. If that's the case, I think they're both going to skip this item. Alright, RCS has been looped back to that room that Ellendar noped out of. So he's got to walk through 2 of these rooms to get back, and then he'll get back to the endless drop. But, or I guess it's not so endless. Not in this. I'm really surprised Ellendar noped out of that, though. RCS might have to take a... Oh. P6 is giving him a workaround, or whatever, however that expression goes. It's sending him right round, baby, right round. This room that Ellendar is in is called the Eco Key Room because there's an economical way to get the key in vanilla. But they're not going to do it because it's hard.
Oh, and Ellendar finding the boss?
Interesting. Oh, God.
And what do you think of his... Oh, no, not... Yeah. Oh, and he has 1 life left, so he needs to be careful.
Yeah. It's, I think Barbara would have been easier.
Yes.
So he's going with safe strats, which it looks like it's working out. He's taken off a bar or 2. Oh, that was close. Oh, God. Okay.
Oh, he's at 666 experience.
Oh, that must be what it is. Mark of the Gooma.
Oh,
no. He's pulling out the jump strats. Some people consider this to be safer. I'm not so sure. But if he gets the kill, then that's all that matters.
Yes. And also maybe the way he feels comfortable doing the kill as well. Oh no.
So close, and it's a game over, so he's going to go back to the beginning of the palace. He's probably going to nope out. Oh no, okay, he's
Nope, he's
doing
going
it.
in. He's
He's
determined.
probably feeling pressured. Yeah.
Yes, especially since he noped out of that last palace.
Right. He doesn't want to nope out of 2 palaces in a row.
No.
That's what he's telling himself. He'd be in a better position to do this if he had beaten the previous palace. Although he'd probably just get Magic 5 and that wouldn't be useful, so... If he had shield, that would have been no problem. Caster's Curse indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I think RCS, I mean, he's pretty much exhausted all their possibilities in P6, and he himself, I was going to say he looks exhausted, but he doesn't, so never mind.
They can't see him. You can always make
I can
things
make
up.
it up. You're right.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
A lie is only a lie if people find out, right? No. No. I think he's going to have to make the Canadian... Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, wait, no, I think we've seen this before. I think this is also a no. Oh, no, it is. Okay.
Oh, there's the boss.
I just got confused. And he's not doing jump strats, so he's doing something wrong. Well, he's doing jump strats, but not the cool ones. Psh, 5 or 6 hits, come on. Alright, Ellendar's back to the Eco Key room. He's low on life, so hopefully he has more lives left. Alright, well, if he does this without getting hit...
Oh, we found Guma again. Hopefully, second time's the charm.
Oh.
Or third time? No.
Okay,
Nope.
He's got 2 more lives. That life 6 could make things a lot more comfortable for good old RCS here. And he also has Magic 5, which, with the spells they have, won't help against Bascuma, but still, it's a thing. I think Sword 5 would be great. That's what I think. Oh, he's skipping P5. He doesn't feel comfortable yet with these levels. That's interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
Even RCS is... Actually, RCS probably was just like, I'm going to check in Nukasudo first and see if I can get the items here to determine whether I have to check in P5 for its item.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably what he's thinking. And Ellendar is about to do it. He's going to... Oh. Okay. I thought I was about to curse him or something. 1,000 experience. He takes a level and then he's going to get another 1,300 from his next level up. So good stuff. Meanwhile, RCS picks up the boots from Nukasudo. Could be important. Yet to be seen. We haven't seen P2 yet, have we? So P2 could be boots blocked. You never know. I don't know. Or a town could be boots blocked, and that town could have thunder.
And they still need to get thunder, don't they?
Right, absolutely. They can't beat the game until they get that.
Yeah.
In some seeds, it's possible to skip Thunderbird, but you're not allowed to. Not with these flags. It's like one of the only rules, other than like more obvious forms of cheating. But oh, there we go, magic container. So RCS got some of the things he was looking for, not all the things. That makes me curious. Is he going to search in P5 because he knows he needs the flute, or is he going to go back to the water spot, try to like get every other possibility taken care of before he does P5? That might be the smart call. Alright, so Ellendar is done with P5. I don't think he found the item in there. Or I could be delusional.
I don't think he did either.
I think he went back in to get it after he beat the boss, because I was talking for a while after he beat the boss, and he was just leaving, so... Alright, now RCS is doing P5. So he's just jumping straight in. Not worried about where the flute is. I'm going to guess he's going to skip the item in here, knowing that there still are plenty of other possibilities. I guess it's important to keep in mind that P2 or P3 is going to be behind the flute to begin with. So there's only one palace other than this one that the flute could be in. Other than that, it's going to be like the water spot or some other, or like Spectral Rock or various other hammer locations. I'm excited to see where this is because with this kind of with the way things are going, that flute could be just about anywhere, and whoever finds it first is going to get a big advantage. Oh gosh, Ellendar is right by the water spot, but he can't do anything about it because he didn't go into Nukasudo to get his boots first. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, so that's... That is something that he hasn't been doing. Yeah, he hasn't been checking for a Nukasudo as he's been going, because that's something you can do. You can just go on those forest tiles, and if there's nothing there, then you know that's Nukasudo. There's Thunder, though.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
Oh, I want it to be like something really hard to get.
Doesn't look like they're going to find the candle.
You say that, but they're going to be desperate for the flute, and then they're going to find the candle instead.
Okay, another commentator's curse.
Yep. All right. RCS is taking one of the safe strats, and it looks like he's already cast his life spell. So that's cool. At least he has that, whereas RCS did not. These save strats are a bit more effective once you practice them. I typically don't like save strats for Boss Kuma, but, you know, that's just me.
Go big or go home?
Yeah, exactly. He stopped the save strats at the end there, so I can give him a little bit of props. Alright, Ellendar is searching in P3. He's probably going to want to be looking for the item. So it's P2 that's hidden behind Three-Eyed Rock. If the flute is not in here, then who knows what's going on. We might be seeing a Death Mountain dive again. Oh wait, no, we also haven't actually checked the water tile. Alright. So RCS was sitting on a lot of banked experience, and he was able to use some of that right there to pick up the sword level. What's going on, Trails? You still in the hospital, man?
Yeah, I hope you're feeling better, Trails.
No, they're not on... Neither of them are full dig shake. We don't have the flute, and we know it's required to get into P2. Ellendar pushing his way through that screen. That was painful, but he made it. But the damage caught up with him, and that's...
And he's down to 1 life.
Well, this isn't that dangerous of a palace.
Okay.
I mean, it's best to skip the enemies at this point. Just because he's probably not going to pick up another 1600 experience or so.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, it's 150 experience for Rubenak, so he needs like another 1800 experience to get to his next level before the gem placement. It could happen, but It's not super likely.
That just looks like he did. Did you just do up and A to
Yeah.
get his lives back? Yeah.
Oh no, he was at a dead end. That was just
Okay.
yeah.
So it's a win-win.
Yeah, exactly. He did lose his experience though, so if there was any hope
Oh,
before.
yeah. Although he didn't really. He had some, but it wasn't like enough to actually level up.
What was that orange iron knuckle just doing? I want to play that back.
That was incredible. I've never seen an orange iron knuckle spaz out like that.
We watch this many Zelda 2 randomizer games and you still don't see everything. You saw that, right, Trails? I know he saw it. He is a Zelda 2 fiend.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, RCS picking up his upstab. He does not... Oh. So Trails, what happened was Ellendar somehow was like right above an orange iron knuckle when it was attacking, and the orange iron knuckle, his sword went left and right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, like crazy. It was nuts. It was like a minute ago. Alright, that was not the spell that RCS was looking for, but it's not very far till he finds a town that does have that. Yeah, it was weird, Trails. Well, let's see what's in the water spot. This is going to show us just how much fun is left in the seed. If the flute is here, then I get a...
Nope.
Yeah, buddy! Yes, it's not over yet.
Yeah, just a heart container.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 is under 3-eyed rock.
Oh yeah, the P5 hype. I can't wait. P5 Respectable Rock? Yes. Yes, please. I win either way.
Oh, I love it. So one of them's gonna have to gamble on one, and one of them's gonna have to gamble on the other, and we'll just see which one comes out on top. Oh, there was also that item location, but it just had a candle. That's good. Oh no! Maze Island! Did I forget about this? Oh no! No, they must have been here before.
No, I don't think they've been to Maze Island.
They have to. Because we've seen GP, right?
I didn't think we saw. Oh,
I might just be on total, like, on all the crack in the world.
you've just been watching too much Z2.
No. Yeah, maybe. See, Tappy's got my back. We've seen GP.
Okay. I think they looked at it and they didn't go in. Oh, just a heart container.
Yes.
One item.
Yes.
Okay. The more troll, the better.
Of course. Speaking of trolley, we got a burnt almost fairy. What's wrong, Trails? You don't like the trolls? Yeah, exactly. RCS would have picked that up. That's why we were saying we've seen GP before, and we've seen all the other palaces except for P2, so they must have done this one. But Ellendar is searching it anyway. What is this, P4? No, I thought he's got the item out of P4. I thought he got it out.
Hmm.
Oh. Oh, by the way, you were asking like where the invisible moas can appear. Yeah, they can appear pretty much anywhere in the overworld on the east, and they can also appear in GP. Although usually they're actually not that big of a deal in GP. I think they're actually weaker in GP. So like if you accidentally hit them like once, oh what, Ellendar?
Just stepping into the lava.
Yeah. You know how nervous these lava pools made me when I was a kid playing this game? I was freaking out. I gotta jump over what? It's like Smash Brothers. Like I couldn't deal with it at first. This is not the item room, Ellendar.
Oh.
You've got the item from here. Oh, this is P. Oh, this is P2. What? Okay, I'm confused then. What's under Thread Rock? Was Thread Rock not a thing? Did I just imagine it? Or is there just randomly like 3 rocks that randomly were in that configuration? Oh my gosh, have I been hyping this up for nothing? Oh no. I don't get what I want?
Not yet.
I'm confused.
Oh. Okay, and Ellendar finding the boss.
Yeah, this is the
Buckethead?
boss I thought was under Thread.
Okay.
Buckethead, yes. I'm a liar. Apparently.
No, you've just been watching too much Z2R.
Yeah, I was watching a video right before this, so
Okay.
maybe it's mixing in my head. Oh, sorry. Well, it was hype for a little while.
So does it look that like Ellendar still needs to get the flute?
I think so.
Does it? Because he only has to do
Okay.
P6.
P6. Yeah,
And,
maybe we were wrong about.
And RCS was able to do it without the flute.
Yeah, yeah.
So does it look like he needs any more items?
No, RCS is intentionally going straight for the palace. He's not going for.
No, I mean Ellendar. 'Cause he
I mean,
looks like-
they're playing the same team.
Oh no! I mean, but does it look like Ellendar is in closer to go mode, or does he need something in order for the for GP?
I thought that there was a Thread Rock, but I.
Mhm.
If I've seen GP, then I haven't seen Thread Rock.
Mhm.
If I've seen Thread Rock, then I haven't seen GP. That's just kind of the situation. So, my brain is trying to reconcile those things right now. So until I see one of those two again, I'm just going to assume I'm wrong at everything. A lot of lag on RCS's side.
Mhm.
Ellendar, you can't know bad at the palace this time. But yeah, if we saw GP, they don't need anything else. If we saw Thread Rock, they don't need the flute. No. If we saw Thread Rock, they do need the flute. I'm a thing right now. I'm just an idiot right now.
Well, you know better than me, because I wouldn't know what that looked like.
Lay off the crack rock? Yeah. That's what Charles is telling me.
Okay.
One of us is on something. I thought I saw both, so I'm on crack no matter what. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Schmitty. RCS knows what's up. Ellendar was looking for items. So, it looks like Ellendar not finding Nukasudo might actually pay off for him.
because he did not check inside Nukusudo. However, he is missing a magic container because of that.
All right, I'm at least expecting GP to troll these guys. Yeah, this is the trouble that Ellendar's seeing some trouble, which is if you do a palace early and you only do part of it and then you come back, you've got to really try to keep that, you know, loaded into memory, as it were. Because you might forget half the stuff you've already seen. Alright, that's the last gem for RCS. I guess we're going to find out which kind of crack I was on in just a moment. Yeah, RCS is not walking back, so GP's not on this continent, most likely. And looks like he's heading straight to where it is. He knows. And it must be that one right there. I'm so disappointed at the lack of Troll Flute. We even had a potentially good River Devil, unless I'm imagining that too.
Yeah, the River Devil looked like he was blocking something.
He's probably blocking the flute. Yeah, you're right, Dompe. I believed you all along. Alright, good stuff from RCS. It's not easy to get that jump. You need jump, obviously, to do it, but you have to time your jump attack correctly. And when the screen is starting to slow down because there's so many enemies on screen, it's not the simplest thing to do. Now, if RCS does an immediate upstab here, or does that, he can knock the birds into the lava and continue.
Does it look like Ellendar's still on the hunt for that item?
No, Ellendar's trying to find Barba. He's already got the item.
Oh, that's right. He's okay. That's right. He's in P6.
You can blame me for any and all confusion at this point.
Okay. So it looks like RCS is in the lead now?
Yeah, RCS is in the last palace.
GP.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
is there any way for Ellendar to catch up, or not?
That basically depends on how trolly GP is and how much Ellendar gambles.
I mean, Dark Link, it looks like, because he just found Thunderbird.
Yeah, but Dark Link could be anywhere in this palace past Thunderbird.
Yes. I've seen some
We haven't
trolly
seen
Dark
very
Links.
much. Yeah. Oh, with an early Thunderbird like this, it does improve Ellendar's odds a little bit because that means there's a lot of palace left to explore. A lot of choices left to make. So if Ellendar gets into GP, beats Thunderbird, and goes in a direction that RCS has not gone. Oh no, Ellendar. Yeah, if he does that, then he's got a chance. But there's no way he can know what RCS is explored. Oh, Ellendar. Stop doing that,
Taking
man.
2 deaths in a row.
He was a while to walk here in the first place. And he almost took another death. I think he maybe doesn't know enough about this room. Okay, so maybe he does. Maybe not. If you walk backwards after killing one of those unicorn dudes, it will spawn another one. So once you start killing... Okay, Darkling's right here.
Okay.
I guess there was just a lot
that was
of
quick.
palace.
That was a short GP.
Yeah. He just skipped a lot of Palisade, I guess. Well, I was the one who got trolled in this scene.
I just asked RoseCitySaint if he would join us for an interview.
Yep. There we go. Alright, RCS finishes with a time of 109.34. Good game. Oh, and he closes the stream. I think he's going to be coming in right away. Oh, nice. I like the GG, the Contra GGs. Good one, Anthony. Yeah, RCS will be in.
Yes. Just got the confirmation in IRC.
Alright, that's a dead Barba, so Ellendar is going to be heading to GP now. Unfortunately, we know from RCS that it's not that difficult of a GP. If Ellendar takes a meta route, he'll find a Dark Link very quickly. Alright, we should be seeing an up and A, and there we are.
About how much? Actually, shouldn't
It's
be that
probably
much
like 5
longer for
minutes.
Ellen. About 5 minutes. Okay.
Yeah. And
Actually,
Renard gave a GG to RCS in chat. He's gonna keep on soldiering through this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was a really quick seed.
Yeah, it was.
A little bit of troll, but not bad. I hope you were entertained, Nightcrawler.
I was entertained. I wanted the Death Mountain dive, the P5 dive, and I thought it was gonna happen, but I
It's a
suppose.
flute requirement.
Yeah. I suppose I'll let these guys have their fun every now and then. RCS taking his time, huh? Hey! I see him in the waiting room.
There we go. Bring him in.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
GG's.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah, this was a pretty free seed, but it took forever to develop, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. It kind of withheld every... I mean, it gave you the glove, so that was nice, but finding a way around that river devil took forever. The first cave I tried to get around the river devil was totally in vain, and that brought me back to the western continent after a frustrated up and A. I thought that was a good opportunity to grab downstab and do 1 and 4, and of course doing 1 led to the fairy spell, and that kind of opened it up, allowed you to do 5 and 6, and
Right.
and then shortly after that found a cave that got around us and gave you the thunder. So this was, I don't know, even though the time I put up looks nice, it felt worse than that.
No, I gotcha. You feel like the seed kind of had its way with you a little bit.
Yeah, I really didn't like the early in the west. I knew that I only got 4 of the item caves, and by the way, that trophy cave that you could only access going through Death
I
Mountain.
love that.
That was tricky dicky, and that was the first that was the first cave I popped into. Happened to be the connector to Trophy Cave, but if that had been any other cave, that could have been super tricky. And then aside from that, I know there was one boulder blocked cave, but then there was another cave that I just could not account for, and that's why you saw me waste maybe a minute or two in the early going, just kind of nosing around, looking for that last cave that I couldn't account for. And then at some point 30 minutes later it occurred to me it was probably in a hoop blocked area. Yeah, exactly. But that had sort of slipped my mind in the early going, so I'm lucky that didn't bite me worse.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned the one 1 or so minutes that it took you to search the overworld for that cave. Because up until about P6, or during about P6, it became obvious that Ellendar was about 1 minute ahead of you.
Really, yeah.
Although
P6 was
that's
awful, by the way.
Yeah.
I really hated P6. That was insane.
Yeah, and that's where Ellendar kind of lost for sure, because he noped out a P6 even though he had everything he needed to beat it. And so that was not the greatest. And then, of course, some other things did develop, in the right way. But yeah, I mean, P6 seemed kind of nightmarish, honestly.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised to hear you say that he was ahead. Like I said, I'm not the fastest guy to place gems. I don't prioritize that. Kool-Aid described me as being more of a mapper, and that's sort of what I am. I like to formulate a strategy first before I really get involved, and that worked out pretty well here. Like I said, I wish I didn't nose around for that cave, but other than that, doing 5 and 6 when I did worked out well, because the next thing I wanted to do was commit myself to getting around that river devil, and then I never had to go back. So that at least saved me the trip back doing 5 and 6 the second time I saw them.
Right. Somehow I got convinced that there was 3-eyed rock in this seed. And so I was so hyped. I was like, oh my gosh, they haven't found Flute yet, and they have one more palace to do, and oh my gosh. That means we're going to see a P5 or a Death Mountain dig, for Spectral Rock. I'm loving this. And no, I was so disappointed.
Yeah, that would have been a thing. Let me tell you, after I did find my way around that river devil and you came across Darunia and the water tile, the whole time I'm holding my breath saying, please just be an open palace. Please don't be 3-Eye Rock. I was really, as soon as I saw that palace, I said, I'm going to finish this seed in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, Ellendar going for Thunderbird, round 3.
Oof. Not off to a good start. Oh, well, he did.
Okay. Yeah, that's a comment. I'm glad you brought that up, because that's something I wanted to comment on. It was brutal to fight T-Bird in a red room with a red background. Even my tunic it's not red, it's pink, but it's like, in the red family. So it was absolutely making me go cross-eyed. I can't make excuses. I'm not the world's best Thunderbird fighter anyhow, but it really made me physically sick to do this T-Bird fight.
Speaking of difficult Thunderbirds, Ellendar is not casting Reflect or Shield or anything. Oh,
I never got
All right.
Shield.
Did
Ellendar
I don't
have
think
Shield?
he has it either. No, I don't think he does.
Didn't look like it.
Oh, he took a bop. I'm worried.
The only thing that could have made this T-Bird room worse was the background tiles, if they had been the puny ones, like the ones that make it hard to do the Canadian hole jump. If it had been that, I don't know. I would have had to put on 3D goggles or something.
I got some.
Taking another death. And 1 life left. Ooh.
If you want those red and blue 3D goggles, I can send you some of them.
Yeah, I'd appreciate
I
it.
legit have some.
I don't have my own pair.
So how much would you want to play Zelda 2 on the Virtual Boy? That's a question I have for you.
Oh yeah, just get me the duct tape. We'll tape that thing to my head, and we'll give it a go. That must be what it felt like. I imagine this T-Bird room was what if I've never played a Virtual Boy before, but like I imagine this is what it was like.
Oh, and imagine if there was random sprite color palette shuffle, and T-Bird was red too, so you couldn't even see.
And while we're at it, why don't we just play it on a moving boat while we're at it?
Perfect. That's the kind of handicap we really need.
Yeah. In the IRC room before the race, we came up with the idea of a handicap race where 2 players are allowed to co-op, and only one person's time matters, but a second person can help them by exploring in an opposite direction.
Right.
I hope that idea never materializes, but it was fun to daydream.
You don't want a part of that?
No, not unless I'm on the team of 2 people.
Okay, and it looks like Ellendar forfeit. I just asked him if he would be joining us.
Yeah, he lost his last life to a Thunderbird. He probably expected there to be a lot of GP left. You didn't really actually have to explore that much
Oh,
GP.
and he is
I was
joining us.
expecting. Oh, hey, how's it going, Ellendar?
Hey, it's going good. That was a fun one.
Yeah, would you be happy or sad to know that Dark Link was in the room after T-Bird?
Oh, come on!
Yeah.
The whole seed, it was like, I'm sitting at attack 4, I've got no shield, I've got no life. Attack 4 was bad, and attack 5 was terrible. And I'm just like, man, if I were better at combat, this would be a jet seed.
Yeah, I felt that way too about this seed. That like this seed gave you everything you needed to be really fast, but I wasn't feeling it. I lost a little bit of time looking around for a cave that was boot blocked early, and then also the leveling was really wonky, and I hated the river devil placement. So it had its challenges despite being an easy seed on paper.
I got almost nothing. Like, I just happened, like, I missed at least, there was one cave besides the cave that I assume was boot blocked in the west I missed.
Well, did you account for the boulder blocked cave too?
Yeah, accounting for that one, I still missed one of the cave, and I just went east early because I'm like,
I bet I know what you missed. That was it, the trophy cave that you had to go through Death Mountain to get to?
Oh, yeah, no, I went into Death Mountain enough to know where it is, and I saw that Hammer Cave was accessible, and I'm like, all right, I'm going east.
It was really funky. If you poked your head into the first cave available upon arriving in Death Mountain, it shat you out on the other side, like on the other overworld exit, and into a remote area that let you access Trophy Cave, and all that was in there was the cross. But
yeah.
that was really a neat sort of overworld anomaly.
And then I had Glove from west. I got Magic Key fairly early from east, and then I hadn't found the path through a cave there, and I'm like, well, I'll go back and I'll do 1 and 4 because, those will be easy. And then I found the medicine in 1, went to get downstab and had Fairy, and I'm like, am I in go mode like 15 minutes into the seed or whatever? Like maybe not quite that fast, but like I just happened to find all of the go mode items fairly early, and then I'm like, I have to do dungeons on nothing, and then died a whole lot.
How about that P6, huh? Wasn't that terrible?
Yeah, I actually double dipped P6. I went in because I didn't have a ton of things left to do aside from dig dungeons, and I figured, well, I'm right here. And if this is something like 2 or something that's, easy to do, then I'll clear it out. And I saw that it was 6, and I'm like, well, I'll at least take a look. Found the item, got the hammer, and after a little more exploration, not finding the path, I figured, well, hammer at least gets me 2 items that I know about. And this, 6 was pretty close to the raft tile, and I'm like, well, I can come back and get this fairly easy. And then, because I really didn't feel comfortable doing no life, no shield, attack 4, life 4. What's the name of the boss of Palace 6?
Barba.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so bad at that boss, and it. The double damage 6 hurt me. I took a death to the boss in 5 and had to run all the way back there. So that.
Ooh, was it a game over you took?
Yeah, I took a game over. I actually, and then in 4, I basically full cleared 4, and then got to the boss, and I was like 3 MP short of reflect. Had to reset there.
My goodness. Wow, that's really terrible boss luck. Wow.
Yeah, and well, I mean, I just need to practice bosses some more and route a little bit better. The thing that cost me in 4, I didn't count my dead ends right. And I like taking that ferry up when you have to come into that room from the left where you're supposed to take the drop. Just because, like, if you have to backtrack there, it's a giant pain. Like, you can't go up the hole. But there were no more elevators that led to a right by that point. I knew the only 2 rights left were off of the drop. And casting fairy there cost me enough magic to cast reflect. So it's just a routing error. But yeah, I mean, this could have easily been sub 1, I feel. Like, I don't think I could have sub 1'd it, but it could have been sub 1'd.
On a better day, maybe I put up something closer to a 105. Maybe I don't know about sub 1 for me, unless I had knowledge of it ahead of time or something.
Yeah. I think if I went through it with no deaths and actually routed properly, which again is not a thing I think was going to happen, but yeah, it was certainly a fun one. I felt when I was in 6 and I was closing in on the boss and I still hadn't seen a GG, I'm like, well, I'm at least within a palace of RoseCitySaint. That's good, right? That's a good achievement.
Yeah, considering the bad luck you said you ran into with the bosses there in 4, 5, and 6, I'd say winding up in GP when you did is very good. You must have routed the rest of the game pretty effectively to pull that off, because that sounds like some significant time loss. So
yeah, I just need to practice my low percent Thunderbirds apparently. Yeah,
your overworld instincts must be pretty spot on. So that's a really big key to being really good at this game. So good job.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. He had good fundamentals. I think it's just like he was saying, it was some of those sort of significant time losses. And if you don't mind me recommending, you can make a practice seed with the randomizer and just make magic infinite. Start with all the attacks, all the spells, and then just put a save state before each boss and keep your attack at level 1. And have weak attack on, so then you can, like 100 hits for Barba, and then if you die.
Oh yeah. That's the good news there is that you can, it takes a long time to get good at overworlding this game, but you can get good almost overnight on the bosses just with some save state practice, and so that's a really easy, problem to solve. Just pick your favorite runner, watch their strat, and rehearse it, and you can get very good very quickly at that.
Yeah, and you can even get good at jackhammering Barba, right? Jumpless jackhammer, isn't that right, RCS? Jackhammering Boss Guma?
I do not roll like that. Oh, Guma maybe. You can get into Guma once in a while depending on the situation without the shield spell there, and yeah, I wasn't going to be doing that today, but I thought you meant Barba, where
both.
Totally
both.
In a rando, I don't get involved with that. Hell no. That's just a lot of times you would attack 4 or 5, and it would take approximately 30,000 hits. Like, it's just, and if your attack level's high enough, you can one cycle them without a jackhammer. So, I've personally never gotten too involved with that. I prefer the more guaranteed method.
Look, it's like the stuff that the kids are getting involved in. Like once you do it once, you can't go back. It's a gateway drug to jackhammering.
Yeah, it's like Tide Podding.
Right. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why I said that out loud. Sorry.
It's all right.
No, kids, do not let your kids or anyone eat Tide Pods. They're not candy. They look like candy, but they are not. And I'm sure they taste pretty disgusting.
Yeah. No matter what Gronkowski tells you.
Yeah, that was a good race between you guys. Actually, Ellendar, you had about a minute lead on RCS about halfway into P6, or until you quit out of P6, that is.
Hey, just a quick question for Ellendar. Did you have the flute by any chance?
I did not. I have no idea where it is.
Okay, because I think Tony would have just about lost it if you did, because he was really he was rooting for / actually thought that 3i Rock was a thing here, and if you were slightly ahead of me and had the flute, he would be calling my demise probably 10 minutes earlier. And I'm sure he just would have been all broken up about it.
Does that sound like something I would do, RCS?
No, absolutely not.
No, there's no troll here.
You know better. Yeah.
Yeah, I was really hoping for the flute block, and just whichever one of you guys, like one of you guys picks Death Mountain, Spectral Rock, one of you guys picks P5 item location, go. Whichever one of you gets the item.
Oh, that's a
wins.
fun race. Yep. I was really starting to panic though about a flute block just as far as getting around the River Devil at first. Yeah. I was about one cave away from going into like diving undesirable area mode.
The whole seed felt like it was gonna be boots were the key to the seed, and then they just weren't.
Yeah, I agree. I actually loosened up a lot when I got the boots, but they really were not helpful hardly at all.
There weren't
Where
even
were
that
the
many
boots?
rivers that you could use as roads, were there?
No, it saved me maybe 10 seconds on Maze Island by walking along the river, and another 10 seconds to get from P5 to the cave you needed, maybe, just walking along that river near the dock. That's about it. The raft tile, or the raft spot rather, had like maybe a heart container, which wasn't bad. Without the shield spell, it was welcome, but really not that big a deal. So the boots were meh.
Yeah, and the boots were in Nukasudo, right?
That's right.
I haven't even found New Casino. Started to look for it once I got the hammer. And
It was sort of
I
near
found
Palace
everything
5.
else for. Yeah.
It was just southeast of Palace 5.
And actually, Ellendar, I don't know. I'm sure you know this, but you can actually look for Nukasudo even before you get the hammer. You just check on the
Yeah.
forest tiles, and if it doesn't work, you win.
I usually try to walk on forest tiles when I'm in the east, just because I've definitely wasted 10 minutes on a seed before not doing that, and then having to go back and look and not finding the spot. And just being a mess.
I remember once during a weekly, there was a hidden Nukasudo in a forest tile that was touching the dock, the raft spot. It was like the first tile you arrived at on the east. And like that was when the whole concept of hidden Kasudo was still new to the randomizer. And like half of us didn't even know that could be a thing. And if it was a thing, didn't know it could be in that spot. And so that really caused some havoc. It didn't fool me, but I remember a lot of other guys got fooled.
But you were saying it was on the... Sorry, where was it?
It was touching the raft spot. Like when you take the raft from west to east,
Oh.
it was in a forest tile that was the first tile touching the raft spot.
That's cute.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
There's got to be some kind of way that it can be set up so that you have to hit it from the dock. Like, you can't... maybe not. I'm trying to think of a way where you would have to be on the dock to actually hit it. Like a little puzzle thing. Oh, well.
You know, maybe if when you arrived east, the only two tiles you could walk on were the dock itself and New Kasudo, and everything else was just surrounded by water.
Or it could be New Kasudo right in front of the dock, and then on one side is is like a road encounter or something, like some kind of force encounter, and on the other side is like a wall or something. That could be.
I don't know if I understand you correctly, but that could be one of those situations where after you did the spike encounter, you wind up inside a mountain and can't move.
Oh,
I've
those
had a
are
couple
fun.
of those too. Yeah, no big deal.
So Ellendar, you put up a pretty good time. I mean, I know you forfeited, but you were doing very well, all things considered. How long have you been playing? I know you don't play in too many of the weeklies.
Yeah, I have a prior commitments on a regular basis on Tuesdays, so I can't do the weeklies. But the first game I speedran was all keys, and I have some terrible 90-minute time on all keys. I haven't played it in a while, but I sort of went from there to sort of just casually playing Zelda 2 Randomizer, and then dropped it for an extended length of time playing Zelda 1, and then I saw the tournament was coming back, and I'm like, I should get back into playing Zelda 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're glad to have
cool.
you aboard. I hope you stay with it because you obviously have a lot of potential here.
And I think we usually reconsider the time of the weeklies once a year, right?
I don't know how that works out.
Well, if the weeklies aren't Tuesday night, then I'm all in. But
If there's another night that works, let us know.
okay, yeah.
A lot of times, a couple of us are looking for races. Regardless, almost 7 days a week. So
You mean
Yeah,
Trails?
If you hack into Trail's tracker chip, the one that we put on his neck, when he's not at work, you just DM him or at him and tell him you want to race, and he'll respond to you within 3 seconds.
Trails
Well, for
Bot is
now-
available 24 hours a day for your racing needs.
Well,
Unless
for
he's
now,
on the John.
Hmm.
I'm gonna keep practicing for Zelda 1. That's heating up. So, but you know, hopefully soon I can get back into play and more Zelda 2.
Well, you're not. Well,
yeah,
you're
this
not.
is double limb, right?
Yes, no, you're not
Yeah.
out of it. You do drop down to the lower bracket, but you will be going against Bent Class 2, Ellendar.
Oh, the rematch! Exciting.
Yes.
Nice.
And Rose City Saint, you are either going to go up against Amazing Toaster or Unos. Do you have a preference?
Yeah, no. Those are two very veteran runners. There will be no, fooling them. They're very, very good. So to win that game against either one, I'd have to be lucky and sharp.
Mhm.
So, are you going to rely on... I shouldn't even ask, because that's telling, and, the other racers might use that as information, but going up against racers like that, you got to have something in mind, like how you're going to approach it.
I don't want to give away all my trade secrets, but if I'm playing someone new or inexperienced, there are a couple of minor strategic points that I will do differently than if I'm playing a hardcore veteran. And I don't want to. I'm not going to say any more. But yes, there are a couple of very minor differences.
Right. Well, I think that just about does it for today. Norinato, what do we got going on in the not too distant future?
Well, tomorrow.
Oh wait,
I
hold on.
see.
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Oh no, go ahead.
When we do this section, all the future stuff coming up, can we play the fortune teller theme from A Link to the Past?
Unfortunately, no, because we have kind of like a playlist, and it's Z2R music.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's the only thing I could think of. But
Well,
okay.
you can have it on like your phone and like have it play in the background so it comes through on the restream.
All right. Okay.
Okay. And GG's to both Rose City Saint and Ellendar tonight.
Hey,
Great
Thank
race.
you.
Make sure
good luck moving forward, Ellendar.
make sure you do follow both of them, as well as Nightcrawler and the actual commentator, and Dompe, our tracker tonight. Thank you. And also
thanks,
big
everyone.
shout out to Mr. Pop One for doing his first restream tonight.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yes. Okay, so coming up tomorrow, we have 4 matches. 7 p.m. Eastern, 2300 UTC, Therwolf versus Paratroopa. At 9 o'clock p.m., 1 a.m. UTC, we have Riku Player versus Lightning. It should be a hype match. And Amazing Toaster versus Unos. And at 10:30 p.m. EDT, 2:30 a.m. UTC, we have Zarnax 42 versus Digshake. So might need to do a 4-way possibly. We need to ask the runners about that, just because of volunteer situation and everything. So if anyone is interested in helping out, I'm gonna link the Discord. And I guess unless anyone else has anything else, I guess we can call it a night.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone. It's been fun.
Yep.
Later.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm good. Well, yep. Thanks, ZSR. And let's have a
thanks
good night,
again.
everyone.
Okay, night.